morning everyone. Today we are going to do the chapter matrix of class 12. So, matrices. Okay. Let's try to understand by one example. So this is a matrix. So matrix means an ordered arrangement of numbers, symbols and functions. Okay, we can write in number form also. Now in matrix, what we have to know is order of matrix. So let's take one example, A, B, C, D. Okay. So these have been arranged rectangularly. Okay. So we can see that we have rows and we have columns. When I am seeing it vertically, these are the columns, and when I am seeing them horizontally, these are the rows. Okay. So in order to know the order of matrix, what we do is we simply use one formula. We can say R into C, that is number of rows into number of columns. Okay. So if I consider this matrix, okay, that is A, B, C, D, we know the number of rows are 2 rows are there. Okay. So 2 rows and 2 columns are present here. So this is the matrix of, this is the order of this particular matrix. Let's take one more example. Let's consider another example. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So to find the order of this matrix, again the same formula, R into C. So how many rows do we have out here? We have 2 rows. So 2 rows. And how many columns do we have? 1, 2 and 3. So 3. So this is the order of this particular matrix. Now after this, we will know how to find the number of elements present inside a matrix. Again, let's take one example. These are the rows and these are the columns. So the same formula we are going to use, okay, that is R into C, and we are going to find out the product. So out here we have 2 rows, we have 2 columns as well. So the total number of elements present inside this matrix will be 4. We can see it 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's consider one more example. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Okay. Now if I have to find the order of this, the order we know it's very simple, R into C, that is we have 3 rows, 1, 2 and 3, and 3 columns, 1, 2 and 3. So from here we also know the number of elements has to be 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this way we are going to know how many elements are present in a matrix. Now let's consider this example. So we know the order of this matrix is 2 into 3 because number of rows are 2 and number of columns are 3. We also know the amount of the number of elements present, 6 elements. But suppose if a matrix is not given to you, it's not given to you, and they are saying you that it consists of 6 elements. It consists of 6 elements. The matrix hasn't been provided to you. So what can be the rectangular arrangement? The rectangular arrangement can be 2 rows, 3 columns, one arrangement, 3 rows, 2 columns, another arrangement, 1 row, 6 columns, another arrangement, and 6 rows, 1 column, another arrangement. So these are the different arrangements if I have 6 elements. I hope it's clear to you. Now we'll move on to the different types of matrices. Types of matrices. Let's try to understand with some examples. So if we look at these matrices, what we can find is there are no rows present in this type of matrices. Only columns are present. Okay. So when in a matrix there are no rows, only columns present, we will call this kind of matrices as column matrix. Okay. When there is only columns present. So that was the first one. Now next, row matrix. As the name suggests, here you will have only arrangement of numbers, symbols or functions in a row format. So here we can see we don't have columns, we only have a single row. So these kind of matrices are known as row matrix, where only row is present and column is not there. Okay. Now after this, the third type, this one was the first type, this is the second. Third type, square matrix. So in a square matrix, what happens is the number of rows will be equal to number of columns. Okay. So let's take one example. Suppose if I say A, B, C and D. Here we know number of rows are 2 and number of columns are also 2. So I can conclude that this particular matrix is a square matrix. So let's consider one more example. Okay, here also you can see that the number of rows are 3 and the number of columns present in the matrix is also 3. So we can conclude that this was of the order 2 into 2. Number of rows same, number of column also same. So this is a square matrix. Similarly out here, 3 rows, 3 columns. Okay, the order is 3 into 3, 9 elements, and this is also a square matrix because the number of rows is equal to the number of columns. Now, just an extension of square matrix, we have the fourth type, that is diagonal matrix or diagonal matrices. Okay, diagonal. You know what is the diagonal? Whenever there is a rectangular figure or a square, you know, if this is A, B, C and D, this B, C becomes the diagonal. So same way, when in a matrix, let's take one example. So we see in this matrix the number values are assigned in a diagonal fashion. You can see out here. Okay. So what is a diagonal matrix? A diagonal matrix is a kind of matrix in which all the non-diagonal elements are equal to 0. You can see out here, these are the numbers 1, 2 and 3 have been arranged diagonally, but whereas non-diagonal numbers which you see will always be equal to 0. In such case, we can say this is a diagonal matrix. Let's see one more example. So out here also we can see A, B, C have been arranged diagonally, but all non-diagonal elements are 0. This is the main condition. So what more we have to know is diagonal matrix is also a square matrix. It has to be a square matrix. The first condition is it has to be a square matrix. Okay, and what happens next is it has the number elements or the symbols have to be arranged in diagonally, and non-diagonal elements will be 0. So further we move on to another type of matrix, that is scalar matrix. Let's take one example. So scalar matrix is also a square matrix. First thing, it has to be a square matrix. That is, number of rows has to be equal to number of columns. It is also a diagonal matrix as well, because we can see that the numbers, the elements which have some value have been arranged diagonally, but the only difference is here we can see that the values that have been assigned are same. So what is a scalar matrix? It is also a square matrix as well as a diagonal matrix, but the elements present, the non-zero elements present will be same. Non-zero elements or the elements which have been arranged diagonally, diagonal elements are equal. Okay, let's understand once more time. Scalar matrix is also a square matrix. That means number of rows, number of columns has to be same. It is also a diagonal matrix because there will be diagonal arrangement of the values. Okay, but the only difference between a diagonal matrix and scalar matrix is that in scalar matrix all the values assigned has to be same. That is, the diagonal elements have to be same. Okay, so we can say scalar matrix is also a diagonal matrix, but all diagonal matrix is not scalar matrix. Now we come to another type of matrix that is known as identity matrix. So we can see, observe that this is also a square matrix, this is also a square matrix. Also we can see these are also diagonal matrix. The only difference between diagonal matrix or scalar matrix, this is also scalar matrix as well. You can see all the values are also same, but the value in identity matrix always has to be equal to 1. You cannot have any other values out here. If you have 1 which has been assigned in a diagonal fashion in a matrix and it is a square matrix and diagonal matrix, then we can say it is an identity matrix. So this is also a scalar matrix because both the values out here, all the 3 values are same, but here the value has to be always 1. Identity matrix. Okay, when arranged diagonally, all the non-diagonal elements will be equal to 0 and the diagonal elements will always be 1. So we can write where all diagonal elements are equal to 1. So we come to our final type of matrix, that is null matrices. Null matrix. It is also known as zero matrix. So when in a matrix all the elements present inside is equal to 0, we can say it is a null matrix. All elements, okay, all the elements you can see out here, all elements is equal to 0. So these were the different types of matrices we have learned so far. So let's do one or two small sums operations on matrices. Okay, so today we'll do addition and subtraction operations. In matrices. Okay. Let's do addition. Let's take one example. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4 and 5. So if I have a matrix A equals to this much and comma B equals to this much, and the question asks us to find the sum of these two matrices. How we are going to do? It's very simple. We will add the number. If this is my first row, first term, first row, first term. Okay, I'll add the numbers. So corresponding values. Okay, again the second term of the first row, second term of the first row. Similarly, second row, first term, second row, first term. 3 plus 4. And similarly, second term of the second row, second term of the second row. So finally we have 3, 5, 7 and 9. This is how we are going to do operations of addition on a matrix. Now we will solve or do one subtraction. Let's take one example. 5, 4, 3, 2. 3, 2, 1 and 0. Okay, this is A and this is B. Find A minus B. So how we are going to do? Same as we did in our addition. Okay, we will be taking the first term of the first row with the, we will subtract with the first term of the second matrix. Okay, second matrix, first term, first row. So 5 minus 3. Again, second term of the first row, second term of the first row. That is 4 minus 2, 3 minus 1 and finally 2 minus 0. So 2, 2, 2 and 2. So this is our answer. I hope you all understood and I was able to clear some of your doubts. So meet you in next class. Thank you.